Yeah, we are live on another Knowing You show. My name is Tiffany Cano. Today, I have an awesome guest. Andrea, say hello.
Hello, everyone.
She and I met at a networking event online, and I immediately resonated with her because she does Ayurvedic cooking and has all these, like Eastern philosophies to healthy guts, and I feel like I'm an Indian on the inside, so I really resonate with Ayurveda.
That's awesome. And I totally know what you're talking about because I'm married to an Indian and had the honor of, going to India as a family member and living and staying in the household of my in-laws and experiencing Indian cooking. And in fact, it inspired me to kind of transition from a career in media back to cooking and to start sharing my passion online and teach others how to cook. And it's about connection. It's about connecting to nature. And the simpler the dishes are, the simpler the process, in a way, the more beautiful.
Mhm.
The colors, the aromas, the smells. I just love it. And as you said, it's an opportunity for mindfulness and those Eastern
Yes.
points of view.
Okay. So, what's your favorite part of India? I'm just curious.
Easy, easy, easy. The Ganges, Mother Ganga. She is famously mystical and magical for no joking reason. When you actually go there, you realize, she's turquoise blue. And we visited the river at Rishikesh area and Haridwar, which is pretty high up in the river's journey. And so it's still, super clear and clean. And we had a chance to go on a rafting trip, and I was able to swim in the river and just amazing. And in that spot, the river's swirling around rocks and there's rapids and,
Mhm.
surrounded by high mountains. And I just can't get, I guess, the feeling, out of my mind. So that's easy. I would love to go back there and spend a lot of time, much more time there.
I always wanted to go to the North. I've spent most of my time in the South,
Mhm.
and, if I go, I wanna look for Babaji's cave. Okay.
Very cool.
So alright, so we've got our Indian connection,
Yeah.
and there's also a health connection because for decades I've been doing healing for people, and a chunk of what I do healing for is physical and emotional health. So you and I connected over a summit that you're creating for health. Can you tell me a little bit about the summit and why you chose this particular topic?
Yeah, so the summit's called Easy Health Solutions, and it was really inspired by a fact that I found, which is that 80% of chronic diseases can be healed, reversed, prevented with the right diet and lifestyle habits. And to me, that was just like mind blown. You mean we don't have to be sick if we learn how to eat well and to live well? And that is so aligned with Ayurveda. In fact, the word Ayurveda means the science of life or the knowledge of life. It's the knowledge of a healthy life. And the other piece of Ayurveda that a lot of people have probably heard about is this idea of the body types. Are you air or fire or earth? And how that gives you a starting place for understanding what would be balancing for you specifically. And there's this idea of personalization or individualization. And so it's my belief that if an individual can find the perfect diet solution, the perfect stress stress control solution, the best way to support their sleep, and then there's relationships and movement. These are the 5 areas that we're going to address in the summit. And if people can find the solutions that are a great fit, the perfect fit for them, then it creates ease and flow. It's easy to do those things. It's not something you have to fight against. And we can be really creative with those solutions. And so
Mhm.
so I invited, some of the best people I could possibly find who are driven by their hearts, who have experienced, dedicated their lives, studied. We have doctors and, functional doctors and experts of various types and spiritual empaths. And we're going to, look at hormones. And there's actually going to be a cooking demonstration from a beautiful cooking expert who teaches in retreats and meditation centers all over the place. And there's just like so many things being given in terms of the strategies, the tips, and the things that work. And we're giving all of those things to the summit attendees, and along with free gifts and a really valuable VIP ticket with tons of bonuses in there worth $1,700, all for just $47. So like we put together just an incredible event, and people are really excited about it, and so am I. I'm so excited.
And how many speakers are in this?
There's 18 speakers in total, and we're going for 3 days. It's so starting tomorrow, Wednesday, the 13th of July, and then Thursday and Friday. And we're going from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. So, kind of over the lunch hour, 6 speakers each day. We're taking a lunch break, making sure people have a chance to rest in there and not get overwhelmed. And we're just going to do that for 3 days.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put in the chat the link, and it's also up on the screen, like how you can register. Tell us about, and you can register for free, by the way. Tell us about some of the topics and themes that some of these speakers are going to be offering.
Yeah, well, I'll start with your topic, which is yes, identifying blind spots that are sabotaging your health. I think this is such an important topic because it all starts with the mind and the heart. And oftentimes there are blockages there, hidden in our subconscious that are holding us back. Let's face it, this summit is called Easy Health Solutions. The solutions are easy, but each of us know that what makes it difficult is actually following through and sticking to the commitment. And so we have to ask ourselves, if that's what we want for ourselves, why are we not doing it? So the topic that you bring is such an important one. And there will be a couple other people addressing, similar topics about how to become your own healer and, how to get your mind on board. We also have a really exciting speaker from my point of view, because I have a personal experience with this. And it's somebody who works with cancer patients. And has dedicated her life to that. And she works with them using mind-body medicine. But she's actually a PhD who has studied this topic and has worked in hospitals. So she's kind of straddling both sides. And she knows, everyone here, you have to come to this because she knows the secret to overcoming and beating this disease naturally.
Mhm.
And we're going to share that in the summit.
I think that's important because I know so many people who have or had cancer. I mean, even
Yeah.
just in my family alone,
Mhm.
the numbers are crazy. And there's so many different factors now that contribute to cancer, like our numbers today versus 20 years ago. It's like frightening, to
I know.
look at all the major diseases, the heart diseases, the
Mhm.
cancers, all the, I mean, it's the chronic diseases, the obesity. There's so many different factors.
Mhm, mhm.
And a big chunk starts with our mind and what we're thinking, what we're feeling, what we're committed to consistently. Right?
Yes, yeah, yes, like I mentioned, right? I think the last time we were chatting about this very topic, and it's true, right? Like, why is it so hard to take the step that we know is good for our health? Why is it so hard to do? It's a very important question. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that when we can take a pause and reflect and go within
Mhm.
and look at, something underneath the surface, something that is deeper.
Yeah.
That's where the blocks and the answers lie. Like, I during my talk on Friday, which is gonna be 8 AM, Eastern Time, 11 AM Pacific Time, we're gonna look at those blind spots. We're gonna see what's in your subconscious. We're gonna see what's blocking you from, being willing to have that consistent, healthy habit and actions, and see what we can do to help
Awesome.
rotor that and get you moving in the right direction.
Yeah, yeah, I like that terminology. Let's roto-rooter the blockages away.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And what are some of the other types of topics that
Mhm.
will be discussed throughout
Yeah,
the
so
next few
for
days?
yeah, yeah, so there's a few topics that are, I know my community is really interested in, and that is hormonal health, and so we're gonna have a couple experts,
That's
addressing
important.
hormonal balance. Somebody focused on headaches, and hormones, and the connection there, and the connection basically to hormones and pain, which is very interesting to me. We're also gonna have an expert on sleep from the perspective of electromagnetic fields that can be affecting our sleep and our overall health, which I think is a huge overlooked topic. I know for myself, if I spend too long in front of a computer, you can feel the nervous system and the energy has become thinner, and you're drained in a very disturbing way. So this is something that everyone is dealing with, and there are some very simple strategies to protect ourselves.
Mhm. Yeah, in terms of EMFs, I have EMF harmonizers all throughout my
Really?
house. I wear them.
Real.
Being a
Yeah.
sensitive person,
Yeah.
I can feel that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'm
And
happy.
whether I love that you brought up that you're a sensitive person, because whether you're sensitive or not, we're feeling it. And, it's the sensitives who are actually bringing these things up and pointing these things out to help others.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, to become aware of some of these things. Yeah, we've also got what else do we have? Nutrition. So a lot of
Mm.
things in the area of nutrition. So we have an expert who's going to be talking about anti-nutrients. You might have heard about anti-nutrients like oxalates, and she is actually a plant-based food expert, but she's kind of sounding the alarm about some of these anti-nutrients that can be affecting people negatively, particularly their digestive health and gut health. And she's going to give us some strategies for how to mitigate potential problems with anti-nutrients.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that I think will be pretty enlightening. And then one I'm really excited about too is a cooking demonstration from an Ayurvedic cooking expert and a teacher. Somebody who cooks at meditation retreats and various centers like yoga schools, places like that. She's got a load of experience, and she's going to be teaching us one of the most popular kind of quintessential healing dishes in Ayurveda. It's called khichdi, and it takes only 5 minutes to make, especially
Ooh.
if you have an instant pot, and it gives you a complete vegetarian protein. It's highly customizable. I don't know if she's going to be going into all that. It's kind of my area of expertise too. But I'm not doing a cooking demo, and she is. So I'm just thrilled that she's bringing that to the table. So really
And will
practical.
that work with all the doshas?
Yes, yes, it's easy to.
Tell them what a dosha is, actually.
Sure. Sure. Yeah, so earlier I mentioned this idea of, I don't know what terminology I used. Body type is an easy way to understand it. It relates to your digestive type or metabolism, basically how your body uses energy. And so the Ayurvedic term for that is dosha. And so your dosha is related to the five elements. And so there's three primary doshas. One is primarily air and ether. So this is your person who can eat anything and never gains any weight. And this person tends toward deficiency and basically using up too much energy, this type. So the fast metabolism. The second type is pitta, which is your fire. It's your basic A-type personality. The person is highly focused, highly passionate, workaholic, easily overdoes things, but deals with a lot of internal inflammation and heat-related issues. Enzymes, digestive juices, all the chemical reactions in the body are pitta. And then the third is kapha, which is your earth dosha, earth and water. So it's the heavier dosha. It's the dosha that, tends to conserve energy, tends to be a little stubborn, a little lethargic, difficult to get going. But once does get going is like steady and, is like a loyal, loving, joyous personality. And so there, these doshas are very different, and we can also be combination types, and they show up everywhere in our lives. They show up in our minds and our emotions and how we respond to things. And we can actually influence our doshas through our food, through our actions, through our lifestyle choices. It's basically the essence of Ayurveda. You kind of learn your body type and your characteristics, kind of how your body is, and then you understand what types of things you can do to balance out those tendencies that are to excess or deficiency. And that's basically the cause of disease too. Imbalance is the cause of disease. So we strive for balance, and so it's a beautiful practice because you're continuously looking within and developing your self-awareness and interacting and connecting with the world around you using your senses and checking in with yourself and making decisions based on that. And so it becomes a kind of lifestyle. I won't lie to you, but it is a beautiful practice.
Love it. Love it. And I can't wait to learn more from you. I do plan on, you know, um, taking a peek and diving into what you're offering in the Ayurvedic world, because it's a personal interest of
Mhm.
mine. And so I really look forward to working with you over time.
Thank you.
And
That's awesome. Yeah, let me give a
yeah.
plug. So if people do sign up for the summit, and I hope that everybody watching does do that, my talk is on Friday at 3:15, and I'm going to be making a really special invitation. So if what I'm saying is interesting to people about Ayurveda, if you want to get started, there's going to be an introductory something for you at the summit.
And that's 3:15 Eastern time.
Yes, Eastern on Friday. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, this summit is live. It's live via Zoom. Well, it's
Yep.
Zoom, right?
Yes, it
And,
is, and that's
um
a very important note, show up live to see the talks, absolutely.
mhm. And if you miss a talk and you wanted to catch it, you can just pick up the VIP package for $47 and get access to all of the recordings, and then, you won't
Exactly.
miss out on anything, plus you'll get all those extra VIP gifts. So
So
please
much.
do sign up at the link that I provided, and I look forward to having you guys come to my talk this Friday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern, 11 Pacific. So
Friday's the day.
it is.
Come to
But
any
they
day,
start
come to Friday.
tomorrow. They start tomorrow, so you gotta get in as soon as sign up now so you can start tomorrow.
Thanks, Tiffany, for keeping us on track.
All right. See you tomorrow. Well, sign up now.
Sign up now.
We'll
See you
see you
Wednesday,
tomorrow.
Thursday, and Friday.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.